Alright, so let's go ahead and move on to the next minigame mode, and that's what appears to be this interesting mode, which appears to be Minigame Circuit. Win a minigame and hit a dice block. So basically, think of like a combination of, let's just say Mario Kart, because basically we're going to be riding on carts and such, but also get this, is the fact that we actually going to be, go around the track, which it kind of reminds me like a traditional board, but to be more specifically, it's all about mini-games rather than just, you know, collecting coins, collecting some stars, and you probably name the rest. But, however though, we can able to expect that we're able to come across into those, well, some traditional spaces, like for instance that there's these little blank squares, which basically do nothing, if you manage to able to actually just, well, I'll get into more details about this whenever we're able to dive right into this mode. So because of this though, excuse me, I'm really sorry about this point folks, because I've got something stuck in my throat. But anyways, before you start the thing off, basically, rather than doing a turn order this time, because it really depending on the forms of several players managed to win the minigame, and also as you can see, we managed to get ourselves 3 mushroom capsules, which there are 2 regular mushroom capsules and 1 super mushroom capsule. So because of this though, in order to be able to use the capsule, well, as an example, that, shoot, we were literally so close to able to play Berry Basket, which that was the only minigame, along with Diffuse or Lose, that these are the only minigames that we still have not played yet, so... Yeah, as you can see, that Warrior is going to use his Super Mushroom Capsule right there, and in order to be able to let that happen, well, you have to win a minigame, because if he loses the minigame, basically, that he's probably not going to proceed. So because of this though, yeah, this is actually an interesting minigame mode, and I do really wish if that particular minigame circuit will make a comeback in the future Mario Party game nonetheless. But either way though, still, for its time though, back in 2003, this was a very, very neat idea when it comes to able to having a combination of, well, let's just say Mario Kart and Mario Party at the same time. Like, except the fact that rather than just having ourselves a bit of chaotic moments here and there, but that honor goes to several of minigames worth noting for. But aside from all that stuff though, this is actually a pretty nice little side mode and stuff like that, along with the forms of one of them in the forms of in the bonus mode, that we can show that off at some point during after we're done with every single, like, you know, minigame modes and such. Oh, this is going to be pretty close right there, especially because, well, I can tell that Luigi and Wario are sometimes alternating between the two. Oh, can we be able to win this? I think we did win this, because I see those little bubbles come out of it, so yeah, that was kind of almost felt close right there. Even especially noticeable that I've almost gonna get myself screwed over if I somehow managed to able to get a little bit slower for that regard. And it's a good thing I didn't able to actually use my capsule to begin with, because otherwise, if I somehow lose this minigame, I won't be able to go forward. So because of that though, yeah, in order to proceed, you have to win the minigames. So yeah, that's something's worth classification and such. And every time when a turn ends, basically the minigame determines by random. It could be either be 4-player minigame, or 1 versus 3 minigames, or the forms of 2 versus 2 minigames. And I get the feeling the only exception to this is well, battle space, because I don't guarantee that battles minigames were able to include in this. So, and also there won't be any DK spaces around here, just because, well, the only spaces we can able to actually interact with as well, which appears to be by the forms of the Bowser space, and especially noticeable with the dual space. And because if you manage to able to land on the dual space minigame, or the dual space I should say, basically you would be able to play a dual minigame. And as far as the Bowser space are concerned, then basically it just forces you to play the Bowser minigame. So, nothing related to Bowser Revolution, or Bowser Shuffle, or Bowser Bonus, because that honor goes to the forms of the party mode. So, speaking of dual, there's the first dual space right here. And basically, I'm going to be forced to duel with Waluigi right here. So because of that, though, yeah, let's see what minigame are we going to be playing. Oh boy, we got ourselves a new minigame. Peace out. This appears to be like a puzzle minigame of any sort, so yeah, completely fill in a space by taking pieces from the conveyor belt and placing them onto the field. And this minigame will make a comeback in Mario Party DS from the likes of the puzzle mode, so because of that though, yeah, if you ever played Mario's Puzzle Party before in Mario Party 3, and then also Bob-omb Breakers in Mario Party 4, you know exactly how this plays out to be, except the fact that rather than just dealing with, well, you still need to be able to perform combos and such, but to be more specifically this time around, you have to get a lot of emphasis on these colored blocks, and as you can tell, that I'm sort of getting slowly progressioning when it comes to able to try to pull off a actual massive combo with that, you know, matching color blocks and stuff, some stuff like that. Well, mind you, it has been donkeys years since I actually last touched upon this minigame, mind you. And as a result, that I'm pretty much gonna be slow at this. So, yeah, forgive me on that part right there, which I must admit that I do apologize for that. So, basically, I'm pretty sure, depending on what specific color blocks you've been able to grab and place them, like, I could have imagined that the red blocks might be the highest, or the green blocks might be the highest, even though, again, it has been, like, quite a long time, actually, since I actually played this minigame, and specifically in Mario Party 5 variation, because I'm sort of used to with, the single-player experience when it comes to, Mario Party DS, because, well, obviously you'll be playing the actual, puzzle mode by yourself, so either way, though. But since I've lost, this means nothing will happen. So because of that, though, yeah, there's nothing write to home about, potentially speaking. So, alright, 2 versus 2 minigame again, but let's see what minigame are we doing next. Well, we've already played these 3 right here, so, but hey, at least we can able to play Bus Buffer again, and this time I'm going to be able to be using my regular mushroom capsule, so that way I can able to get enough boost and everything. Specifically, if I was trying to able to progress while trying to avoid, you know, tons of spaces like predictably Bowser space or even the dual space for that matter. But regardless of everything else, though, there's not much right to home about when it comes to certain spaces they obviously include during the actual racetrack. So because of that, though, yeah, that's as far as I can say in terms of minigame circuit. So yeah, it's actually interesting, you know, minigame mode, which still, I just wish that they'll make that minigame mode make a comeback in the future Mario Party games nonetheless, because either way though, that was actually probably is my fan favorite in terms of minigame modes and stuff like that, along with the forms of minigame decathlon, which I'll show that off and doing at some point, possibly like, I can't remember what day it is today, I forgot, mainly it's because I wasn't paying attention to all that stuff. But regardless of everything else, though, is the fact that obviously today's day is, of course, I would say it is the 8th of August today, in this case in 2021, and it looks like that today, that the Tokyo 2020, aka Tokyo 2021 Summer Olympics closing ceremony has been recently just managed to become a thing, and it's a pretty good ride, I must admit though right away. So because of that though, I'm probably not going to mention more details about that, which I'll let Sonic the Hedgehog will mention more about it until when he goes back onto Donkey Kong Country 3, Dixie Kong's Double Trouble, which so far so good when it comes to likely for the playthrough of Donkey Kong Country. We're literally so close to able to play Berry Basket again, but instead we're going through Manic Melons instead, so oh well, no big deal, but at least it's not the end of the world, honestly. So, yeah, anyway, for his progression on Donkey Kong Country 3, that's what Sonic is pretty much going to be doing for that Let's Play. Basically, he's done 3 worlds so far, so because of this, though, that's, he's pretty much almost at the halfway point in terms of Donkey Kong Country 3, so at least he can able to actually get back into that game at some point. After when I was gonna able to do with the actual, well, obviously some more Mario Party 5 videos and all that stuff, so it looks like that Luigi and Wario are both using the mushroom capsule, so, yeah, there's not much right to, oh jeez, I almost gonna get myself screwed over for the second time. Alright, let's see how much this is. Oh, I somehow win by 5 buttons mashing. So, yeah, at least I'm quite pleased about this, potentially. So, and yeah, also another thing, I've already mentioned about this before, ever since in yesterday's video, that you noticed about the fact that the Lego Luigi was already a thing now, and speaking of Lego Luigi set, is the fact that that particular set is now becoming a week old. So because of this though, yeah, let me know in the comments below for the question of the day. Did you have Lego Luigi yet? Or if not, just because of the expensive price tag, which it might be seems true for that acknowledgement, just because of the forms of Lego Mario and Lego Luigi do have that unique technology inside, which, you know, does require batteries, by the way, in order to be able to actually just well, just turn them on. So because of that though, along with the forms of a lot of, you know, emotions, or to be more specifically, just few sound clips or something like that, which, that's totally obvious, but, and also still my, a die-hard Mario fan, such as myself, so, at least despite I'm a Sega character, of course, despite I didn't exactly know about Mario until now, but I digress. And of course we won Beam Team, so because of that though, we managed able to win, thanks to Wario did manage to catch Luigi. So because of that, I should able to get, oh, 9 and 7 makes 16. That's a really great roll right there. Especially noticeable because even then though, that sometimes with dice blocks in mind, and I'm quite surprised that we didn't actually land a single Bowser space so far, despite the fact that we still haven't come across into Sculpture Cauldron minigame just yet though, which I felt kind of surprising because either way though, unlike the other 3 players that didn't seem to land on it so far, so yeah, I'm actually kind of surprised there. So when it gets to the point when I managed able to went underneath for the actual tunnel, basically that means is the fact that the mascara managed able to tell us the forms of the actual current standings, like I'm still in first, Waluigi's in second, and Wario is in third, and unfortunately for Luigi, he's actually in fourth. So, God knows what might happen next though, for the sake of this next minigame we are playing. And of course we are playing Fish Upon a Star, once again. And I would have liked able to, oh wow, I'm almost nearly at the end of a goal. Which, I know it seems kind of short, well, depending on the forms of how much dice rolls you're going to be getting, so... Okay, so it looks like that Luigi's going to use his mushroom capsule, I see. So because of that though, he only has 1 capsule left. And Wario's also going to go for the actual mushroom capsule as well. And is Waluigi ever going to able to use his capsule or something? Because he hasn't used one yet. No, he's not going to use it yet. Wow, I'm kind of surprised that no one else... Well, Waluigi hasn't used any single capsules for the majority of this mode. Which I was like, are you for real, Waluigi? I mean, obviously you're on hard mode and everything else like that, but I have no words to say. But anyway, oh, I've almost gonna own Luigi straight away from the forms of trying to able to do a jump kick at the same time. But, close enough though. But anyway, that's as far as I can say in terms of the forms of today's discussion, aside from the fact that, well, I've already mentioned about the forms of how the mechanics work from the likes of minigame circuits, because, again, it's a very unique mode, I have to say so for this matter though, because either way though, again, why can't they just able to bring that concept back, because that was actually a cool idea. At least to me though anyway, so now of course since I won, so now I just need to hope to able to get the good dice roll, and I should be able to cross the finish line. So because of that, I got an 8, and will now give me enough space. Yes I do. So if someone managed to reach us to the finish line, then basically the game itself is already over. So because of that though, I know it seems it's kind of short, but it knows what it is, thanks to those dice blocks and all that stuff. So yeah, that's just how the minigame circuit works. So yeah, I actually really enjoyed this mode, and I should probably replay this at some point on my own time. But not now though, because we're moving on to another unique mode.